Well, welcome to New Botany and welcome to one of my favourite nature reserves in Nottingham, which should be at its best at this time of year. And just while I'm here, please like and subscribe if you like wildflowers and botany and are interested in the science of plants, because we cover a whole range of different subjects in this particular field of study, and botany has been a fascination of mine for many years. So here we find a lot of different wildflowers. It's beautiful, but I've come particularly to look at polymorphisms in flower structure of spotted orchids, and I know there are a lot of spotted orchids here, but they are very variable, and there is an orchid swarm, that is a population which consists of hybrids between spotted and southern marsh orchids. So it's the first time I've looked at the whole population this year, and I'm particularly interested in looking at how the flower structure of spotted orchids varies. So I'll hope you'll join me as we continue to look at this wildflower site and at the orchids in particular. And one of the plants here in some abundance are evening primroses, and they're at the very best at this time of year, and the flowers are open. Maybe these are last night's flowers which haven't shut yet, but they're really still open. And there are more here than I've ever seen before at this site. Fantastic numbers of evening primroses, and you could say, well, they're invaders here in Britain, but they're still very beautiful and very decorative. Plenty of St. John's worts, which of course are natives. And this is the first of the spotted orchids on site, and the leaves are vaguely spotted, but their stems are hollow, so I think this one might be a hybrid. But I'll show you the flowers. They are fairly classic common spotted orchid flowers with the double loop. The flower has a lip that is three-lobed, but the two outer lobes are broad, and the central lobe extends below the rest of the lip of the flower. So this could well be a Grandees hybrid, but nonetheless the flower is very beautiful with its markings, sort of owl markings on the flower. And I'm sad to say this site is really heavily overgrown this year. I've never seen it this heavily overgrown and it doesn't seem to have been much management done on this site this year. And I think if there are any orchids, they're going to be fairly few and far between. Yeah, where there are any, they'll be in this patch here, and really there are very few to be seen. There's one or two dark pink ones over there we'll have a look at, but there are less orchids here this year. Everything seems to be overgrown by brambles, rosebay willow herbs, etc. Bit of disappointing really. But there are some orchids here, and I'll just show them to you what there are. And there are some dark pink ones, some pale ones, and we'll have a look at them individually. Now this is a fairly standard common spotted orchid, and I think it may be one of the plants that I filmed last year. It's delightfully marked and it looks white from a distance, but pale closer up. This one's got narrower lobes to the lip, and a narrower central lobe, but clearly a spotted orchid. It's got spotted leaves, so this is definitely a common spotted orchid. Beautiful to see. And you can see this one here, very similar, growing among tall thistles. And this one looks whiter, the markings less obvious. This one's got smiley face. There's a nice smiley face for you. Yeah, that's beautiful. And there's a bee visiting this flower as well, but the smiley face on that orchid will make a definite wonderful thumbnail. And here we've got massive rose bay willow herbs towering above a small group of common spotted orchids that are trying to survive in this undergrowth here. And they're doing quite well and they're looking okay. Again, rather similar to the last ones that we looked at. Almost white, pale pink, with not quite smiley face markings. But they're beautiful. Beautiful to see these plants. And just checking the leaves, you can see that they are indeed common spotted orchids. Fantastic to see them here. Now here's a pink one. And it's got got some round ring leopard markings. So I think this one might be a Grandees hybrid. Certainly the flamboyant flowers might suggest that it's a cross between southern marsh orchid and common spotted orchid. The lobes are very large and there's lots of spotting on the lower lip of the flower. So I would say this one's a Grandees hybrid on the basis of its leopard spotted leaves and the floral structure. Again, another short spotted orchid with standard spotted leaves, struggling to survive in the undergrowth. And this one's got interesting shaped flowers, very pale yet again, but with the three-lobed lip and a bit of a smiley face flower. Not as good as the first one I saw though. This one's going over now, sadly. You can see the basic common spotted orchid structure there, and the spots on the leaves are solid spots and not like leopard spots. So I think this is a standard common spotted orchid. Oh, what have we got there? Thought it was an insect, I don't think it is. Nice flower there. Here's a very large orchid, very tall, with leopard type spotted leaves. So my guess would be this is a Grandees hybrid. And if we look at the flowers, we can see the sort of cross between southern marsh orchid and spotted orchid there. Yeah, that's not a standard common spotted orchid. Grandees hybrid, I reckon. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. No more spotted orchids, I'm afraid, but we saw a good variety, a good range of plants. There won't be any more in this area here. It's very dry and nibbled by rabbits down here. So there won't be any more orchids. But as I said at the beginning, if you're interested in plants, interested in the science of plants and any new developments that I come across, please like and subscribe to this channel. I'd very much appreciate it. So goodbye for now, and thanks for watching.